A warm welcome to all of you to this program. Today, I am going to tell you a story. I hope all of you like stories. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
You have to open your video.
Yes, sir.
You should open your video. Are you interested to hear a story?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I told this story last year for a first batch. Then I am telling here this time. So one of the interesting thing is, after the story, I will be giving you prizes. I will be giving you for 5 persons 100 rupees each and an interesting book to you. Is it okay for you?
Yes, sir.
So you have to listen carefully to the story. Okay. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, I am sharing a screen.
Sir, story is for students or teachers can also participate?
Definitely, teachers, this high moral values, you can tell this story to other in your school also.
Okay, sir.
So the teachers here are the judges.
Okay, sir.
The teachers here are the judges, and teachers have to tell which students are faring well. So I request all the teachers to watch the face of the students, and you have to suggest one student. For example, Candy Caroline Madam, you cannot suggest a student from Candy. A Madurai teacher cannot suggest a student from Madurai. KSD teacher Nima cannot suggest a student from KSD. Did you get my violations? Violation.
Yes,
So
yes,
you can suggest a student from other diocese, not from your diocese.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So teachers, you have to listen, you have to watch the face of the students, and who is responding effectively, they will get this present. Sometimes it will go beyond 5. So teachers, I request them to watch the students and their responses. The first part of the story, sometimes you may know it. This is about hare and tortoise. Some of you may know the first part of the story. Once upon a time, a tortoise and a hare had an argument about who was faster. I am the fastest runner, hare said. The tortoise said, that is not true. The fastest runner is me. They decided to settle the argument with a race. They agreed on a route and started off the race. Tortoise said, fine. Hare said, okay, let us have a race. The hare shot ahead and briskly and for some time. Then, seeing that he was far ahead of the tortoise, he thought he would sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. Hare thought, poor guy. Even if I take a nap, then he could not catch up with me. You can see the tortoise and hare. He sat under the sea and soon fell asleep. The tortoise, plodding, overtook him and soon finished the race, emerging as the undisputed champ. The hare woke up and realized that he had lost the race. Can you tell the moral of the story? Open for the students. You can unmute and tell. Can you tell the moral of the story?
Good evening, sir.
You can tell. You tell your name first.
My name is Sanidhya. I'm from KND Diocese.
Ah,
Sir, slow and steady wins the race.
okay. Any other comments?
Sir, I'm Ivana from Madurai Ramna Diocese.
Yeah.
My comment is never judge a book by its cover.
Never?
Never judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Sir, I am Prarthana from Madras Diocese.
Ah,
I believe that the moral of the story is that we must be confident but not overconfident.
okay. Any other comments?
So,
Tell your name first.
this is Sharon from Karnataka Northern Diocese. We should not underestimate anyone.
Okay. Very good. Next.
Sir, I am from East Kerala Diocese. My name is Asin.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please. Parnol.
Do hard work, don't be lazy.
Okay. Any other answers?
Hello, sir. I'm Tabitha from KST.
Yeah.
The moral is never lose hope until you succeed.
Okay. So I am moving. So next, after the next slide also I will ask what is the moral. Please think. This is the moral. You may be getting higher marks in the exams. Do not be proud of that. Pride goes before a fall. In a class, there are students of different caliber. Some can understand and respond quickly. Sometimes you may not be in that category. You need not worry. Then you study slowly for getting good marks. I have heard students saying, I am not intelligent. For success, intelligence, background, and money are not necessary. If you are consistent in your work, you will win the race, even if you are slow. Success will be yours. Those who are poor in studies should understand the style of tortoise and imitate tortoise. You will be a successful person. The story continues. The hare was disappointed at losing the race. So he did some soul searching. He realized that he had lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there is no way the tortoise could have beaten him. So tortoise is thinking, why did I lose the race? So he challenged the tortoise to another race. Tortoise agreed. Okay, can we have another race? This time, the hare went out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. Can you tell the moral of the story? Can you tell the moral of the story?
So, this is Sharon from
Please
Karnataka.
please tell your name and diocese.
This is Sharon from Karnataka Northern Diocese. Our mistakes teach us greatest lessons in our lives.
Okay, next.
Sir, I'm Kavi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I'm Kavi.
From which diocese?
Kavya from
Thoothukudi. Yes, tell me.
Sir, don't lose your hope. But God.
Okay, next.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
My name is Akhil from KND Diocese.
yeah.
Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady.
Okay. Next.
Good evening, sir. I'm Jivisha from South Kerala Diocese.
Yeah.
I believe that failure gives a lesson to us on how to step forward to get success in life.
So, any other comments?
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm Bhagya from Krishna Godavari Diocese, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, whenever we fail or we don't do things properly, we should not think that it is the end of our success, sir. And we should not be depressed. We should continue and go on to achieve the success, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
this is Pratna from Diocese of Madras.
Okay.
I believe that when a mistake is first realized, we must never neglect it.
Okay.
Sir, I'm Sanidhi from Candy Diocese.
Yeah.
Experience teaches the lesson, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
I am Godwin Joshua from Madhya Kerala Diocese.
Yeah.
Sir, I think failure is the stepping stone to success.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
This is Pua Yunus from Madras Diocese.
Yeah.
Without deviation, we can win any race.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Kirtigna from Medak Diocese.
Yeah.
So even though the rabbit is a good runner, it didn't have overconfident, like without sleeping, it ran with consistent effort. And the tortoise shouldn't feel bad because God has given each and every organism its own advantages.
Yeah.
So it should be thankful to God for its appearance and its life.
Okay, very good. So we are moving to the next slide. Here, this is the moral of the story. Here, Dick regretted on his mistake. He made an introspection. What was the weak point that led to the failure? Laziness and overconfidence led to the failure. Hare corrected it and won the race. You should have introspection. This is a good time to look back. What were my failures last year? I had the ability to do things efficiently. However, I did not use its total capacity. I did not use my ability in its fullness in my curricular and extracurricular activities. How many hours I had wasted last year? How many hours I had spent for unnecessary things? You need a correction in your life. If you correct your mistakes, you will become a smart and successful person in your life. It is good to be slow and steady, but it is better to be fast and reliable. I think the idea is clear. The story doesn't end here. It is continuing. The tortoise did some thinking this time and realized that there is no way he can beat the hare in a race that the way it was currently formatted. The tortoise is thinking, how can I win the hare? He thought, then challenged the hare to another race, but on a slightly different route. The hare agreed. Can we have another race? This time we will go through a different route. the tortoise hare agreed. Sure. They started. The hare took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. I think you can see the river and the finishing point is on the other side of the river. So hare stopped at the banks of the river. The hare sat there wondering what to do. In the meantime, the tortoise came there and got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking, and finished the race. So can you tell the moral of the story? Please tell your name, diocese, and immediately moral of the story.
So,
Yes.
Prarthana from Diocese of Madras.
Yes.
I think that when we can't find a solution, we must create a solution. That should be the moral.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Sanidhi from Candy Diocese.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own uniqueness, sir.
Okay. Any other students?
So this is Sharon from Karnataka Northern Diocese. I would like to say that everyone are masters in their own fields.
Okay. Any other? Okay, I'm going to the moral of the story. The tortoise also had an introspection. He identified his core competency. What is his core competency? He can move on the land and in water. Hare cannot. He made a mistake by competing with a fast runner. I am not a competent person to run with hare. You have to identify your core competency. God made you with a unique quality. God made each and everyone in this world with a unique quality. You have to find it out. For that, you have to participate in extracurricular activities. There was a famous person called Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie was a well-known personality in public speaking. He had an institute for public speaking. In his childhood, he had decided to become a football player. His performance was very poor. His several attempts failed. Then he had an introspection. Why I wanted to become a football player? He loved the applause the football player were getting. We also love when there is a good singing, dancing, and other performance. He had a talent for public speaking. He developed it and became an internationally known public speaker. I had a student who was very poor in chemistry. Before that, I would like to say that I was a chemistry teacher. I was teaching chemistry in a college. Then I became the principal. Then my doctorate is in environmental science. And now I am the director of the ecology department. So I had a student who was very poor in chemistry. I scolded him several times, but no avail. Then I became a friend to him. He told me his story. He used to go to the sea at 1 a.m. in the morning to catch fish. With that fish, he went to the market to sell it. And only after that, he came to the college. He was not interested in chemistry. Then I asked him, why did you take chemistry? He answered, The principal told me that the only seat available was in chemistry. So I was compelled to join chemistry course. With my help, he got admission in zoology. Now he is a scientist at Fisheries University. In the sight of a chemistry teacher, he may not be an intelligent boy. When he selected a subject of his interest, he became an expert. I had another student who was dull in chemistry. I asked him what subject he was interested in. He told me that he was interested in singing. Then I directed him to join the music college. Now he is a good singer and he is minting money. In the sight of a chemistry teacher, he may not be an intelligent boy. You have to remember, God has created each and everyone with an intrinsic energy and a purpose. There are no fools in this world. You are the wonderful creation of God. In the parable of talents, in Matthew chapter 25, verse 14 to 30, tells of a master who was leaving his house on a journey, and before leaving, he entrusted his property to his servants. According to the ability of each man, one servant received 5 talents. The second had received 2, and the third received only 1. Remember, God has given talents to each student. The first and second servants identified their talents and flourished. The third one could not identify his talent or its significance. This is true in the case of students also. Those students who are identifying their talents will be successful and flourish in life. My dear students, you are the wonderful creation of God. You came to this beautiful earth with an intrinsic value and a purpose. Identify your core competency and show it before the public. When you get an opportunity, you have to use it. You have to become an expert in your field. Then getting employment will not be difficult. The story hasn't ended. The hare and tortoise by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So they decided for the last race again, but to run as a team this time. Great. I think we could do it much better if we two help each other. Hi, buddy. How about doing our last race again? They started off. This time, hare carried the tortoise till the river bank. There, the tortoise took over and swam across with the hare on his back. You can see in the picture. On the opposite bank, the hare again carried the tortoise and they reached the finishing line together. They both felt a greater sense of satisfaction than they had felt earlier. It is good to have strong core competencies. But unless you are able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you will always perform below par, because there will always be situations at which you will do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with relevant core competency for a situation take leadership. This is about a store. This is there are more lessons to be learned from this story. Note that neither the hare nor the tortoise gave up after failures. The hare decided to work harder and put in more effort after his failure. The tortoise changed his strategy because he was already working as hard as he could. In life, when faced with failure, sometimes it is appropriate to work harder and put in more effort. Sometimes it is appropriate to change strategy and try something different. And sometimes it is appropriate to do both. The hare and the tortoise also learned another vital lesson. When we stop competing against a rival and instead start competing against a situation, we perform far better. I am repeating, when we stop competing against a rival and instead start competing against a situation, we perform far better. I am going to explain. This is the model one I am explaining. You have to listen carefully. The CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Coca-Cola Company, was known as Roberto. It's an old story. He was faced with intense competition from Pepsi that was eating into Coke's growth. You know, Coke is one of the popular drink. Then came Pepsi Cola. So Coca-Cola and Pepsi Cola are the leading manufacturers of cola. So Coca-Cola established earlier, then Pepsi Cola came. So the executives were, the Coca-Cola executives were Pepsi focused and intent on increasing the market share 0.1% at a time. That means the Coca-Cola executives were trying to tarnish Pepsi Cola. They were trying to attack Pepsi Cola and saying that that is not a good drink, ours is a good drink. But Roberto decided to stop competing against Pepsi and instead compete against the situation of 0.1% growth. Roberto asked his executives what was the average fluid intake of an American per day. The answer was 14 ounces. What was Coke's share for that? Only 2 ounces. Roberto said Coke needed a larger share of that market. The competition was not against Pepsi. It was the water, tea, coffee, milk, and fruit juices that went into the remaining 12 ounces. That means Americans, the 12 ounces are water, tea, coffee, milk, and fruit juices. The public should reach for a Coke whenever they felt like drinking something. To this end, Coke put up vending machines at every street corner. The sales took up a quantum jump, and Pepsi was never quite caught up since. That means whenever an American wants a Coca-Cola, immediately it will be available just in front of them. So they placed vending machine all over American states. So whenever a person wants to drink, Coca-Cola will be ready. But Pepsi Cola, they have to travel to the hotel or concerned supermarket to purchase. This is the way of competition. This is known as situational competition. I would like to tell you another story, that is model 2. A shoe company took 2 MBA graduates as marketing executives. The company sent the first person to a remote place in Africa to study the possibility of marketing their shoes. The first man visited the place and studied the condition of that region. After 1 week, he sent a report stating that the people in this region were not wearing shoes. They don't know the importance of wearing shoes. Hence, we have no market in this area. After a month, the company sent a second person to the same place. After studying the situation, he sent a report. The same situation, but we have a good opportunity as there is no other shoe company here. There won't be any competition. We can educate the people and we will get a monopoly over our shoes here. This is the approach of two persons. One person is negatively minded and the second person is positive minded. So the second person is finding more opportunities. So we should be more positively minded. This is a model 3. Do not compete with your rival. Situational leadership is very important. There was a CSI school with a strength of 700 students located in a remote village. One fine morning, another multinational company started a school near this school. Attracted by the ample facilities in the new school, the parents withdrew the students from the CSI LP school and admitted them to the new school. As the school strength decreased to 90, the headmaster of the school sent a complaint to district authorities. The rivalry between the two schools went on for some time. As per the government rules, the CSI school became uneconomic. A new headmistress was posted to the CSI lower primary school. She joined in the Green School program of the CSI Synod. The teachers and students jointly audited air, water, waste, food, land, and energy. The students calculate the volume, area, water, availability, nature of waste, problems of the junk food, biodiversity of their land, how to measure energy, etc. The primary school students studied maths, chemistry, physics, biology, computer operation, and environmental science during this auditing work. They planted medicinal plants in the school campus and exhibited its name and uses on a board near the plant. The teachers became facilitators and students became significant personalities. During the district competitions, singing, elocution, mono act, dance, the students of the CSA school fared well. The hidden talents of the primary school's students came out due to this methodology of teaching. The reputation of the school went up. Now the application of students to get admission in the CSI school are on the waiting list. The strength of the school is now 750, which is maximum. Again, I am saying, do not compete with your rival. Situational leadership is very important. The school first tried to compete with the multinational school, failed miserably. When the new headmistress started situational leadership, they won. In summary, to sum up, the story of the hare and the tortoise teaches us many things. Never give up when faced with failure. Fast and consistent, always beat slow and steady. Work to your competencies. Compete against a situation, not against a rival. Pooling resources and working as a team will always beat individual performers. Now, I want to tell you a personal story. In 2004, I got an invitation from UNESCO to address a meeting in Barcelona. I was surprised by this invitation I also wondered whether I was a competent person to address a UNESCO meeting. I verified and found that the invitation was real. It was surprising news to all. I was really excited and overjoyed. I prepared a good speech. I had given the money to a local travel agent for visa and flight ticket and applied for 2 weeks leave from the college. The travel agent assured me that he would bring the ticket and visa before my departure. The teachers in my college, the Dyson Bishop, and others offered good luck for my travel. While I was packaging my luggage for the travel agent informed me that the embassy had rejected my visa. I became upset and disappointed and almost fainted. Everybody at home also became gloomy. Immediately, I sent an email to Barcelona informing that I could not reach there. Hence, I was sending my speech. Immediately, I got a phone call from UNESCO office in Barcelona. They said, so far, no embassy had denied a visa for a program of UNESCO. On inquiry, they found that I had not even applied for visa. The travel agent had cheated me. Again, I became more disappointed. I lost a golden opportunity to address UNESCO meeting. While I was lying on the bed at 7 p.m., I got another phone call from Barcelona. Koshi, you are the only person attending this program from India. You have to come. You have to present your application to the Consul General at Delhi. He may give you visa to you. Make arrangements. We will call you after an hour. Immediately, I contacted another travel agent. He said that there was no ticket in the economy class. The only seat was available in the business class from Delhi. The cost of the ticket is 1.5 lakhs. I became upset again. Where can I get 1.5 lakhs at 7:30 p.m. for travel? The story is in 2004. Again, I got a call from Barcelona. I told them all these things. Normally, we will not pay this much amount. As we have no other person from India, we will pay. Now the problem was to find 1.5 lakhs. Another problem, they were not giving assurance about visa and was asking me to try it. I contacted an international travel agency at Kochi. I introduced myself and told them the problem. As I was an active college lecturer, they agreed to advance the money for my travel. At 10 p.m., I started my journey to Kochi airport and boarded the flight to New Delhi at 6 a.m. Everything was uncertain. If I didn't get a visa, I might lose around 2 lakhs besides my embarrassment. I applied for the visa at the Spanish embassy in Delhi and waited outside the gate praying. At 2 p.m., I telephoned to the consul. He told me, we usually issue visa only after 7 days. We have considered your case as a special case and will issue the visa within 3 hours. Then I reached Barcelona and addressed the meeting and came back. One of my friends, Mr. G. Balachandran, an HR expert, was following all these things and showering encouragement words to boost my morale. After 3 months, he was addressing a meeting in CMS College, Kottayam. At the end of his speech, Mr. Balachandran explained the pain and agony I had suffered for attending a UNESCO program at Barcelona. Then he said, do you know why he got visa? Because of his passion for ecology. Remember, if you have a passion for a subject, God will intervene and solve it if you have a crisis. My dear students, if you have a passion, God will intervene and solve it. If you have to face a crisis for that, this is the message I have to give to you. So my point is, you have to find your talent and specialize in that. Then you will have a passion for that. Then if you have a problem, God will intervene and solve it. That is, I am talking from my experience. I have a lot of experience similar to that, but I am stopping it here. The CSI Synod wants to tell this message to you. You have to specialize in any topic. Then find your talent and specialize it. Be an expert. There will not be a problem of getting a job. You will shine on that topic. You will get more opportunities. So we have been conducting courses in communicating English, study techniques, facing exams, facing interview, sustainable development, body language, self-empowerment, principles of eco-justice, developing positive attitude, media literacy, public speaking, time management. So if you attend regularly in our classes, you will become a smart person. Your life will get more opportunities. You will specialize in one topic and your life will get more opportunities and you will be a successful person. Let us go and build stronger teams. So my final question again, you have to tell how this class influenced you, inspired you, that you have to tell today. Are you clear about my question? The answer should be like this. See, my talent is this one, and I have ready to specialize on this topic, and I will work for that. Or how the story influenced your life? You have to tell in 5 sentences. I am explaining it once more. How this story or the present class influenced you and how you are going to go forward. I think my question is clear. What about the teachers? Are you agreeing with teachers?
Yes, sir. It's right, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The question is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have to tell how this story influenced you and what is your next plan after hearing this class. That you 5 sentences you have to explain. First you have to tell your name, diocese, then you have to 5 sentences, 5 or 6 sentences you have to explain it. You can start. Think properly and tell the teachers have to note and suggest which student is speaking well.
Good evening, sir.
Please, okay, tell me.
Sunny Bigram, I'm from Candy Diocese.
Ah.
Sir, many a times we fail, but we have to not lose the hope. We have to be trying till we get success, till we get succeed, and we have to be always positive.
You have to tell how it influenced you.
Sir, we have. I felt like we have to not compete with others. We have to compete with ourselves.
It should be like a testimony. You have to tell this story influenced my view. I will do like this, and this is my talent, and I will work for that, and I will reach there.
Good evening, sir. I'm Kirtigna from Medak Diocese. Sir,
your name?
Kirtigna, sir.
Ah.
I'm from Medak Diocese, and sir, I've listened to your testimony, like your journey to Barcelona. I was really fascinated by your passion towards ecology, and I came to know if we do our work, God will do His work. and my ambition is to become a doctor. And then from your testimony, I will work hard and I'll ask God for his help. Like, I'll do my work and I'll ask him to help me out, and I just want to become a good doctor with his help.
Thank you. Next.
Sir, good evening. This is Prarthana from Diocese of Madras. From today's session, I learned that when we can't find a solution for any problem, we must create a solution. I learned that facing my problems is much better than just staring at them. When we have a passion towards something, surely God will help us with that. And we must never give up on our dreams and be hardworking and passionate towards what we want to achieve. Thank you.
What is your ambition?
My ambition is to become a businesswoman.
You have to stay like that. For my ambition in the story, the class helped me like that, you have to say.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
So my name is Jibisha. I'm from South Kerala Diocese. So I have to become a political leader. I'm very interested in public speaking. Through this class, I get more confidence to speak, because now I believe in myself and I'm unique. And also, I'm more interested in social service. I have more most of the people in my society by my school and extra. Thank you.
I'm Ivana from Madurai Ramana Diocese. From today's session, I have learned that never lose your hope until you achieve your goal. My ambition is to become as a doctor. So I thought that I should not lose my hope until I become as a doctor. So from this motive, surely I'll become as a doctor one day. Thank you for your motive, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my name is Pua Yunus.
Your name?
Sir, Pua Yunus, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, from
which
From
diocese?
Diocese of Madras.
Madras.
From the session, I have learned that I should not distract myself before I attain my goal, and I want to become a civil service person, sir. I want to get into civil service.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You have to explain some more.
Whatever problems come in front of me while chasing my dreams or going through my goals, I should not get distracted by that. Whatever happens, I need to focus on my goal.
Okay. Next.
Sir, I am Kirba Sweetie Angelin from Coimbatore Diocese. From today's class, I have learned not to give up, even if I face any failure. I used to be upset when I get low marks in exams, sir. But in today's class, I've learned that I should put more effort and work harder to achieve my goal. My aim is to become a doctor, sir. And also, I have learned to compete with the rival, to compete against the situation, but not compete against the rival, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. This is Sharon from Karnataka Northern Diocese. Today I learned that always I was like taking the failure in a negative way, means why does this happen only to me? But by listening to the class, I came to know that success can be achieved when we face some failures in our life, because failure teaches us many lessons, and due to the help of that lessons we are able to achieve the success, because experience is a most important factor while achieving the success, because it teaches us everything. And I felt it very amazing to get to know more about that. And according to me, hard work and consistency beats up the failure. So I would like to be more hardworking and consistent, and my aim is to become a cardiologist. So I would like to be in that process of achieving that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm Tabitha from KSD, daughter of Dr. Nima. According to your story, one should have a goal in life and move consistently. towards reaching the goal. I want to become an IAS officer and serve the society with passion. By God's grace, I want to work hard to reach goal. I believe winners don't do different things, they do things differently. Thank you.
Okay. The main intention of this class is make you speak. Then only you will improve. You have to express your ideas, opinion, and teachers are here. They will correct you.
Sir, I am Kavya from Thuthukudi Diocese.
Yes.
Sir, I went to keyboard class in my 9th standard. After few years, I am not play keyboard because it's so tough for me and I can't play a correct note. So I lost my hope and discontinue my course. After hearing your speech, I must try it. And I work hard and I use my talents by different ways, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Angelina from Medak Diocese. I want to become an IAS officer, and my talents are I can speak in public and I can sing in public. These are my talents. After the session, I was inspired a lot. No matter our situations or no matter our obstacles, how many obstacles come, but we should focus on our goal and move forward for it. And if we have a true passion on it, God will definitely help us to do. We have to do our work, then God will do His work. Then we can achieve our goals. And thank you so much for this wonderful session, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Madhya Diocese.
Name?
So my ambition is to become a priest. Godwin Joshua.
Ah.
My ambition is to become a priest. So in that job, many obstacles and many problems will come. So we have to not give up, and we have to be faith and confident yourself to make a success in that job.
Okay, very good.
It is Prajwal from Karimnagar Diocese. In this class, I have learned sometimes in life we may get many obstacles that we feel that we are stopped and our life is ended. But in this class, I learned the value that we need to face with God's help and with our effort. And my goal is to become the CEO.
Become the?
Sir?
Become the?
CEO of World Health Organization.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
Any other persons?
Sir,
Yes.
so my name is Lindsay Jessica. I'm from Madras Diocese, sir. From your speech, what I learned is I should have a passion towards the goal which I have to achieve. This passion will lead to the goal which I want to reach, and my goal is to become a doctor, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Next.
Good evening, sir. So this is Sean Zipura from Krishna Godavari Diocese.
Okay.
I've learned from your speech that I have to set my goals with confidence and determination. My goal is to become a biblical archaeologist. So I want to work hard and become successful in my life and preach the gospel to everyone who doesn't know Christ.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.